The federal workforce is under the spotlight as plans to restructure government operations emerge, signaling potential seismic changes in Washington, D.C. A bold proposal is making waves, reducing 75% of the federal bureaucracy, predominantly in the nation's capital, and sending workers back home. Advocates for this change argue that many federal employees shouldn't have held their positions in the first place, citing inefficiency and excessive taxpayer expenditure. This strategy, they assert, could save billions and streamline government operations. A newly proposed entity, the Department of Government Efficiency (DGE), is intended to spearhead these reforms. Despite its official-sounding name, it appears the department will function more as an advisory committee. Prominent business leaders Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy have been floated as potential co-chairs. Both individuals recently co-authored an opinion piece in the Wall Street Journal outlining their vision, which includes a controversial idea requiring federal employees to return to the office 5 days a week. The article bluntly stated that this mandate would likely result in a wave of voluntary resignations, a development the authors claim to welcome. The underlying goal is clear: reduce the federal workforce significantly without resorting to outright terminations. According to data from the Office of Personnel Management (OPM), around 1.3 million federal employees, roughly half the federal workforce, are currently approved for telework. Most teleworkers split their time between home and office, with 60% of their work hours spent in the office. However, about 10% of these workers, approximately 228,000 individuals, are fully remote, never setting foot in a physical office. Unions representing federal employees have strongly criticized these proposals. The president of the American Federation of Government Employees, ARFGE, the largest union representing federal workers, issued a statement emphasizing that the majority of federal employees are already performing in-person duties. The union further noted that any sweeping policy changes would require collective bargaining and cannot be unilaterally imposed by the administration. This debate isn't new. President Joe Biden attempted to encourage a return to office work in August 2023, urging cabinet officials to bring more employees back to federal buildings. Despite these efforts, the data indicates that telework remains widespread, highlighting the challenges of reversing remote work policies implemented during the pandemic. As the new Trump administration outlines its vision for change, questions over potential conflicts of interest have surfaced. A notable example is Jared Kushner, a key figure in the previous administration. In 2021, months after leaving his White House role, Kushner secured a $2 billion investment from Saudi Arabia for his private equity firm. Critics argue this raises ethical concerns, given his previous involvement in Middle Eastern policy during his father-in-law's presidency. Kushner has defended his actions, stating that his decisions in the White House were in America's best interest. However, skepticism remains, particularly in light of Saudi Arabia's controversial human rights record, including the 2018 killing of journalist Jamal Khashoggi. Despite these concerns, Kushner is not expected to hold a formal role in the new administration, a factor that places him outside the purview of federal ethics regulations. Experts note that while formal rules may not apply, ethical standards should still guide decision-making. Elon Musk, a figure synonymous with innovation, has now entered the political sphere with significant influence. Musk's companies, including Tesla and SpaceX, have benefited from substantial government support through contracts and subsidies. His leadership of the Department of Government Efficiency raises questions about potential conflicts of interest, particularly given his close relationship with President Trump. Currently, the DGE remains more of a concept than a functioning entity. Some critics have dismissed it as a clever public relations move, noting that its use of the term department could be misleading. Whether it evolves into a tangible institution or remains symbolic is yet to be seen. Ethical scrutiny extends beyond Musk and Kushner. President Trump himself faces questions regarding his business interests, including investments in cryptocurrency and his ownership of the social media platform Truth Social. These ventures could pose potential conflicts, as presidential decisions on regulations might directly impact his financial holdings. In the previous administration, Trump took steps to reduce conflicts by divesting some holdings in transferring management of his businesses to his sons. However, with investments now spanning cryptocurrency and international ventures, concerns about ethical boundaries are more pronounced. The Trump administration's cabinet picks are also drawing attention. For example, the nominee for Energy Secretary reportedly has ties to the oil and gas industry, while Mehmet Oz, rumored for a healthcare-related position, could face scrutiny over potential interests in the medical field. All cabinet nominees are required to disclose financial interests and may need to divest conflicting holdings. As these nominations proceed, the public and watchdog groups will closely examine disclosures and potential ethical concerns. The proposed changes to the federal workforce and the ethical questions surrounding the Trump administration highlight a pivotal moment for U.S. governance. With significant decisions looming, transparency, accountability, and efficiency will be critical in determining the administration's legacy. Stay tuned for more in-depth analysis and updates. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for the latest political insights and breaking news.